As you probably already know, gig apps such as Doordash, Uber, Uber Eats, Lyft, etc. provide a great opportunity for you to make money on your own terms. Some people do it part-time and some people do it full-time. But for people to do it full-time, we always preach that you should have a plan B since this isn't a real secure career path. What plan B looks like can vary from person to person. Some people may be going to school right now. Some people may be in the process of starting a business. And some people may just have another plan altogether. But it is important that we be developing a plan B. With that being said, we're going to be talking about a learning platform called Skillshare today that has the ability to help you with your plan B. So let's get into it. Hello everyone, Elijah here, and let me welcome you to another video from the Rideshare Guy. On this channel, we talk about the gig economy and how to maximize your income with gig apps such as Uber, Uber Eats, Lyft, Doordash, Grubhub, and so on. We also have a select amount of content that focuses on helping drivers make their plan B so that they can start making money outside the gig economy too. And in this video, we're going to be talking about something that can assist you with that plan B. If you've been hanging around for YouTube any long duration of time, you probably heard this name by now, Skillshare. You probably heard it in several videos where they're sponsoring the video, then the YouTuber explains exactly what it is and the value of it. While this video is not sponsored, it can hold a certain amount of value for you if you're thinking about trying to develop some kind of skill that you can monetize. Of course, there's only so much I can show you from here, so we're actually going to take a look at my computer so we can see exactly what I mean when I say classes and just kind of decipher the value that it has to you. So I've logged into my Skillshare account and we're going to actually take a look at some of the classes as well as what Skillshare has to offer. So we're going to first click on browse and look at the categories. So we see animation, creative writing, film and video, fine art, graphic design, illustration. I'm not going to go through everything because you can see it. But as you can see, these are skills that you can use to make more money, or they're actually skills that you can use to start freelancing. Another way you can use the platform is if there's a particular skill that you're wondering, is there instructors on Skillshare that teaches it? Then let's just type it in. So let's type in, for instance, personal finance. Oops, he didn't go through. And what pops up? We see some classes on teaching personal finance. Now, that's something that's important to know as a gig worker because you may be making a lot of money, but if you don't have proper budgeting skills, then that money can slip through the cracks, and we don't want that. Skillshare is something that can help you kind of rein that in and learn how to manage your money better. And speaking of freelancing and entrepreneurship, how about we type in freelance and entrepreneurship? It's finishing it for me. There's a number of classes that show you how to manage a business, what are some good resources for you, as well as answer some questions you have. Let's go a little more niche. So let's say a person wants to learn graphic design. As we see, a lot of skills on how to be a graphic designer, how to get started. So Skillshare can be a good resource that you can use to just gain more skills that you can monetize. So let's actually click on a class and take a look at what it has to offer. So I'm just going to go to my watch history. I'm going to get a class that I had just recently watched. YouTube for Beginners.
Thanks so much for what.
I'm not going to play it because we don't want to get a copyright strike. But let's take a look at the class itself. So you see, this is YouTube for Beginners. Class preview, YouTuber mindset, gear you'll need to be a YouTuber, learning the YouTube studio, where to get your music. All this, these are things that you need to know if you're going to be running a YouTube channel. One thing I find pretty interesting, you can click on View Notes, and if you wanted to, you could add notes at certain points in the video to kind of remind yourself to do certain things, which makes the classes just a little more valuable. So, for instance, if I wanted to make a note to do a certain thing at this timestamp, like, hey, this is how you learn how to do XYZ, I can click this button right here, view all notes, and then I can add a note. I'll just say testing, for instance, just for this, and then post it You can make the note public, or you can make it just so you can see it. I'll just say just so I can see it. Post at 017 testing. Then when I click view all notes, that pops up. It'll take me
The
right.
course, I would really appreciate it if you.
It takes me right where I need to go. So that's a little way you can use the platform there, and it's pretty useful. In addition to the classes, you can scroll down and let's get rid of that. The instructor usually has some resources that you can take advantage of. They can help you with whatever you're trying to learn. So, for instance, if you're trying to start a YouTube channel, a good resource that you could tap into is a Video IQ or a Vid IQ. So that's linked in the description. You can click on a guy to see like exactly everything he uses as far as his gear. And let's go back and you see resources right here. These are actually templates that I can use to make my thumbnails with because they're Photoshop templates and they're also templates that can be used to make your YouTube channel art. So a lot of times instructors actually give you free resources as part of the class so you can get a head start on doing whatever it is that you want to do. Now that you're pretty familiar with what Skillshare is, I'm going to speak on my personal experience with the platform. I've actually been a member of Skillshare for a few months now, and I gotta say that I personally think it's pretty worth it. As y'all know, I do have a few YouTube channels of my own, and I'm always looking for ways to improve the craft, to rank my videos better, so make better quality videos. And I've taken a few YouTube courses on there, and I was impressed with what I found. There are little hacks that I wasn't aware of that I have started to implement into my channel that have helped greatly. In addition to taking some YouTube courses, I also found that their video editing classes are very good, specifically the ones on Adobe Premiere Pro. And even though it's not, I guess you can count it sort of as video editing, but also their Photoshop tutorials. These two category of classes have assisted me in growing my YouTube channels. I also recently got my first property that I'm going to be using to put on Airbnb so I can make some extra money. I still need to furnish the place though, and I don't know anything about interior design. So I'm currently taking a class on Skillshare on interior design so I can learn how to make the place look nice, how to make it look presentable, how to make it look appealing. All three of those things, those being YouTube, video editing, and interior design, all link back to Skillshare for me because that's why I'm learning a lot of quality information about those things. And those things are assisting me in making more money. And a special note to gig workers, these are things I'm working on the side while I'm still driving for Uber Eats, for Doordash, for the gig apps, which is pretty useful. To some degree, I mean that in a literal sense because Skillshare does have an app that allows you to log in and watch your classes while you're on the go. So this is something I can be watching and taking notes of while I'm waiting for my next delivery or for my next ride request. And even if I'm doing a delivery, it has a listen only mode, so I can actually be listening to the class while I'm driving around delivering food. Because some classes, you don't really need to visually see something. The exception is that interior design class. Yeah, I need to be looking at that. But let's say the YouTube or the video editing classes, I may not necessarily have to always be looking. It might be just something I need to know in principle. So that's a good thing to listen to while I'm doing my deliveries. And if it is something I need to view, just finish the delivery, go back to my hotspot, and while I'm waiting, just soak up all the knowledge. So now it's time to ask the golden question and get us an answer. Is Skillshare worth it? I personally think it is worth it, especially for Uber, Lyft, or any other gig workers, because we know that we need to develop more skills to make more money, because these companies can change at a moment's notice, and it just doesn't feel too good that it can change like that and all our income was just diverted here and it's affected so heavily. If you develop some skills which you can use to make additional money in another way, it's just going to make you feel better in addition to making you more money. So it's a great conduit to really iron out a plan B and make some extra money, or even maybe one day have that extra source of money take over the full-time position so you're making more money there than you are from the gig economy. Now, Skillshare's premium program is a paid service, but they offer a month free trial. So you could always try it out first, and if you're getting enough value, then you could think about upgrading later. But they also do have some free classes on there too, so that's worth checking out. But that concludes our video on Skillshare. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And if you're interested in giving Skillshare a try, you can sign up using the link in the description below. You'll get a month free trial. You can see the value of it. Type in exactly what skill you want to actually learn, and just soak up some knowledge on it, then you can use it to start making some money. We publish new content every single week, so if you want to be notified when we drop another video, be sure to subscribe if you're new and hit that bell notification. And if you found value in this video, give us a thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. This is Elijah with the Rideshare Guy. Be safe, be profitable.